today we on the Twisted Tea too, baby. And with that being said, we do things a little different around here. Now, what we doing is we have, I don't really know what to call this segment. It might be like the Reddit reads, the reading Reddits. Okay, we're gonna dive into some of the stuff. Like, kind of mind blowing here. You ready? Let's get into this. So we're gonna be into a section called AITAH. I think that stands for Am I the Asshole? I think that's what it stands for. We diving into that today. So, am I the asshole for telling my wife she smells bad? You see, this is what someone, for those who don't know what Reddit is, people go on, they hit the type, blah, 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 bang, and they go ahead and they type things on here and ask questions, and other people respond. And I think it's pretty entertaining to see what people have to type and see what they say, to see what they ask. So let's go ahead and give some advice out for those people today. All right. So, am I the asshole for telling my wife she smells bad? Now, anonymous user. We don't even know who the person is because all of these names are anonymous. So, person writes, yesterday, I came home from work. And my wife greeted me and in an unusual manner. Well, in the usual manner. While I was hugging her, I noticed she smelled pretty bad of BO. No biggie. I know. She was home with the baby all day and probably gardening outside. Must be some good weather. Where I live is cold. Later in that evening, I offered, this was a day ago, I offered to make her a bath. Now, that's thoughtful, right? Okay. And she jokingly asked, why? Are you saying I stink? Well, people do that shit all the time. So, when you do that, they do the jokingly thing. They do that. And they know they stink. Like, don't act like you don't know. I'm just saying, don't act like you don't know. All right? Honestly, I offered to do it just to be nice. I knew she had a long day and likes baths, but she did smell bad. So I kind of laughed and said, well, that's your instinctive thought that is going out there, the one that you always want to just say, like, yeah. And you know what's going to happen next. You fucked up. Then she gets mad at me and says a husband isn't supposed to say that to his wife. And she's been mad. Oh, she's been sore with me about it ever since. Damn, man. Damn. I find this a little hypocritical. Wonder why. Says she never had a problem telling me when my farts stink, when I have morning breath, or when I don't wipe enough. Or when I don't wipe enough. Okay. Now, it's one thing. Look, it's one thing if, you got morning breath. Everybody got morning breath, right? And people, that shit happens. Okay. It's another thing if your farts stink. All right? And, well, right now my little one run up on you and hit you with one. Blow. Got gas bombs. Okay? They stink. So, I get it. But for your wife to hit you with the you ain't wipe enough. Now, I question how she finds out. Okay? Is it the back or the front? Okay? So, them up got them Debo stains in his drawers. Anyways, you don't wipe enough. Now, person also went on to say that I don't know. Wow. So why do I have to walk on eggshells for her over this? Am I crazy or is it an unfair double standard? Well, um, you know, let's dive into what the comments have to say. And I'm gonna get into telling you whether or not I think it isn't an unfair double standard. I will say this though before we get into the comments. Look, all right, you was better off just going with what you had wrote basically when you stated that you made the bath for her. And instead of saying, well, trying to be the funny person in the room, you should have just said, no, it's for you. You had a long day and left it alone. I'll be honest, I probably would have went with the first answer too. That's just me. Now, I'm dying of laughter how this post got completely hijacked by people grossed out by the guy wiping their problems. I told you. I told you. Ay, ay, ay. Same. They go same. That's how we know it is an AI. Yeah. Oh. I can't even talk to you. I wanted to comment, then I read your username. I can't even. I just can't even with you. Alright, what's his username? Dolby Cum Socks. Yeah, Dolby Cum Socks. Listen, so. Yeah, the story gets wilder and wilder every time. Oh, that's why that person couldn't with the username. Boy's username is Don't Become Socks. Anyways, haha, I didn't even notice. I didn't notice it to the comment neither. That's wild. Wipe well enough. Bro, is there something she needs to tell you? How old are you? You had me till wipe well enough. ah. I get this isn't the point of the post, completely sidetracked, bro. She needs to tell you this. Yo, literally, everybody got it. Is this her first baby? For some women, okay. Let's see. We might actually have somebody really getting in there. Now it says, is this her first baby? For some women, during postpartum, their BOs usually is really bad. It's part of the hormone changing, and it's really is awful. You can shower twice a day and use prescription strength deodorant and still smells like and still smells like a rotten sock. And that's not even considering the normal new parent hazard like baby vomit. Oh wow. Just saying. There might be something like that going on. Just make sure you're giving her time to shower every morning before you leave, but also be gentle. Postpartum sucks. I mean, I guess it sounds like that's coming from someone who may have gone through something like that. A lot of people thumbs up that. Nobody. Let's see, we got some more replies on that. Yeah. Says stress and fear will smell foul. So maybe she is going through something. So maybe she isn't. Maybe she was in the garden that day. He didn't say that it's been every day. But, hopefully that she can get that part together. Hopefully he can get the part to wipe his ass together. And, they both realize that they're going to have more harder and smellier days. No, I don't think you was an asshole for that. I think you was an asshole for trying to go about it in the manner that you did, and you're an asshole for not knowing how to wipe your own ass. But other than that, next time, do the smart thing, man. Just be like, yeah, baby, I made the bath. That's for you. Get your ass in there. Enjoy. That's it. Call it a day. Call it a day. Now, on that, Let's see what else we got for this one. All right. So, am I the asshole for refusing to help my sister with her children and telling her telling her she chose her shitty life, so now she has to deal with it? How I read it. My whole family thinks I'm an asshole, but I disagree. Or maybe think I'm justified. My sister, 26, female, and I'm 24, were kids. We hated each other. That's never good. My sister was very hard to get along with me. She never had any friends as a result of it. My sister was very hard to get along with, and she had no friends as a result of it. She was the type of person who always thinks she's right and can never apologize or admit when she's wrong. As an adult, she still has no friends. That's not going to make it easy on you as a sister, because she's going to be calling you. She decided to drink the trad wife Kool-Aid. She met her husband in college, got pregnant, dropped out. Happens. They have 4 children under the age of 8 together, and her youngest is a quadriplegic due to spinal damage at birth defect. Due to spinal damage and a birth defect. Damn. I just finished law school. So you busy. And I started my career. My husband already has an established career, and we're dinks. We do not intend on having kids. Well, I mean, it says children, but you can read that quick. Seems like these two are focused on getting their careers and building a life of work and play. My sister has historically talked down to us at family events. She says we don't even understand what we're missing out on. We'll never know what true and unconditional love is, etc. Very condescending as always. Alright. I will say this part. You won't. You're not going to know what unconditional love is. But the other stuff, you might, you're going to have fun with life. You're going to do this. Your sister's right about not knowing what unconditional love is, because it's something that's truly only unexplainable when having a baby and that feeling. So, yeah. But she still shouldn't treat you in any wrong manner, at any wrong intent for what, your feelings are towards the subject. You don't want kids, you don't want kids. You know what I'm saying? You want to travel, you want to travel. Shit. Now, it says lately, her and her husband have been fighting. Apparently, per my mother, he has never let her access his income. He gives her cash for groceries, the bills, and stuff have always been in his name. Apparently, he's been cheating too. My sister has asked for me to watch her kids on weekends so she can save up some money to be able to elevate her options, aka leave her husband. Oh, this is getting messier. You see what I'm saying? Lately, says man, that last paragraph has me for a loop for a second. When she came to me and asked this, I asked her, but Isn't being a traditional wife your calling? Question. Okay. Okay. Sister. Hello. I get it. You mad about the family times where she in there telling you what she should be. Oh, you should have kids. You should be doing this. You should be doing that. I'm a housewife. I love it. She's making it sound good. I get it. But that is not the time to be petty and asking her these funny, dumbass, funny questions. Okay? They funny, but dumbass in a sense. But they funny. Okay? But not the time. So let's go back to it. Says, but isn't being a traditional wife your calling? You've told us this several times. Just remind her after she get cheated on. I'm gonna remind you what you done told her. You said you want to be a housewife. You said all 15 kids you wanted. You said he can do what he wants. We should be like you, asshole. You told us this several times. You must have forgotten. But traditional wives aren't supposed to work. I kind of laughed at how she explained that maybe being a traditional wife isn't for her at all. Eventually, I just shut her down and told her that she picked this life, the life that she's always insisted is so superior to mine. Time to learn to deal with the problems that come with it. My parents can't watch her kids because dad works on a oil pipeline and mom is too old to be working the hours she's already working. Our other relatives don't live close enough to do it. She's also asked my parents to move in with them. And my dad shut her down. Oh, he can't really stand her kids. Okay. So your grandfather can't the grandfather can't stand his grandkids. He don't like his daughter. Um, I'm not saying he don't like his daughter because he won't let her move in. I'm saying that he damn sure don't like the grandkids. This daughter then came out and said it. We have a young female getting cheated on with 4 kids that pitched off her life to her sister as one of the best lives as all. You know, being a housewife is what she told her, and now she found out she's getting cheated on. She want to get out of being a housewife. And hello, duh, that makes sense. Of course, anybody would want out of that situation. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I think a lot of this and the way that the sister feels towards the sister with 4 kids stems from their childhood. She still has all that childhood trauma. And, you know, when she's like 35, she'll look back at this and go, damn, I wish I helped my sister out. But right now, she's 24. She could give 2 shits about helping her sister out because of all of that. So she threw that in her face. I don't know if she does or doesn't have the time to help her sister out, but, you know, since you wasn't going to feel the unconditional love of having a child in general, she'll spend more time with your badass nieces and nephews. I only know they badass nieces and nephews because your father said he don't want to fucking deal with them, which tells me they badass nieces and nephews. Now, let's see something. I had never heard them term dink. I ain't never heard the term dink neither. I thought it was like Doink the Wrestler for a second. You remember them clowns from back in the day? Until I started at my current job. Some guy was asking about my family and I explained my wife and I don't have kids, and he said you guys are dinks. And just before I could be like, your mom's a dink, he said, double income, no kids. That could have won an award. I mean, I ain't know what that shit. So DINK stands for double income, no kids. That's what the fuck. Okay. All these damn new terms. Okay. I mean, look, I ain't gonna lie. Double income, no kids is a good thing. All right. When you young. If you don't want kids, it's a great thing. If you want kids, then figure it out. But anybody wants some double income, no kids. Everybody want double income, triple income, quadruple income. We need to find quadruple income. All right. My brother and his wife are dildos. Double income little dog. Double income little dog owners. All right. Well, look, any way you could get it. Um, so let's see. You know, it looked like everybody's on here talking about the dink. I don't really see. When my ex tried buying my daughter a Christmas present, I was done. Whoa, wait a minute. It says this is the thing about wives, about traditional wives. They work when it works. But when it goes wrong, which, well, is not uncommon, one side has all the leverage. Some women get infiltrated with the idea being subordinated and taken care of. I can't even get the words out. Taken care of. But they don't consider what happens 10, 15 years down the line. Well, here we go. Says Aitah. Am I the A? My wife became emotionally abusive since giving birth. She topped it off by cheating. Now she's begging me to reconsider. I, 28-year-old male, married to a 27-year-old wife for 2 years. Together for 14 months ago, we had our first baby. She hadn't gone back to work, but I have been the sole breadwinner. Her choice. And she's gave birth. And since she's gave birth, my wife became a nightmare to deal with. She's become intolerable, angry at times for the smallest reasons. Complains about everything. Everything is somehow my fault. I hate our marriage. I wanted to end it. She came back from the bar drunk at 4 a.m. As soon as she slept, I snooped through her phone and found texts from her and a random guy implying she was at a hotel room with him. I was almost relieved when I saw that I can finally walk away from this miserable marriage without any guilt or regret. The first thing I did was take a DNA test for my baby. Is he mine? As soon as the results came back, I informed my wife that I am aware of her indefinitely and infidelity, and our marriage is over. She broke down crying. She begged for my forgiveness. She tried to use every excuse in the book: postpartum depression, past trauma, alcohol. She promised to make it up to me. She said she would do whatever I want. She said she doesn't want our family to be broken, but I wasn't having it. I have already hated this marriage, and the infidelity was just the nail in the coffin. We still live together, This shit doesn't cease to amaze me. We still live together, and she has been begging me to reconsider. She promising me everything under the sun, but I have no intention, and I told her she wasn't allowed to speak to me anymore. Am I the A? No, you're just a dumbass. All right. I think it's more messed up that, you're still there. That you guys are still stuck in the house with each other. Your wife is a AH asshole for cheating, for claiming her medical conditions made her cheat. That's valid. Postpartum is addressed by therapy, not adultery. I wanted to address my postpartum depression anxiety by disappearing from the world permanently. Never did the thought of committing adultery become an option. I go to therapy, help at home, kids in the daycare, back to home, and family and support. I wouldn't expect anyone to stay with me if I did what she did. You make a valid point. Red line, no mistakes. Well, a little messy, but no, you're not the asshole. You just ain't got, you got all your eggs in a bucket, and you're kind of stuck in a situation of shit. So you might want to wipe your asshole and figure out how to get out of it, buddy. Because once you can actually get out that house, things might just be better. All right? So let's go back to that search. Okay, let's see if I can find more of those. Yes. All right, this is just in. Brand new. Says, so, picture this. I am a 58-year-old Marine vet about to get sliced open for my fourth fucking shoulder implant in less than 18 months because I decided to play Mountain Man in the Cherokee Mountain Man in the Cherokee Mountains, fell like a dumbass and shattered every screw in my shoulder. Real genius move, right? And now, and where's my darling fiance while I'm sweating bullets, facing the knife again? Oh, she's off grabbing a bottle of vodka and scrubbing her kitchen mess from 3 weeks ago like she's auditioning for fucking Hoarders. Yeah. He said, while I'm sweating bullets and facing the knife again, she's off grabbing a bottle of vodka and scrubbing her kitchen mess that she made 3 weeks ago. Like she's auditioning for Hoarders. That's messed up. That's a little disturbing. I mean, 3 weeks ago, you just now getting to that mess. You sure you want to marry this girl? Anyways, let's get back to it. Because apparently, that's the priority when your partner's about to get cut. Man, you said it's your fourth time. If she was with you, it's like having kids. Okay? Not in the room per se, but throwing baby showers and shit. After the first one, the second one, the third and the fourth, ain't nobody give a shit. You know, you're a Marine. You going under the knife, you should have this. It's just your shoulder. Anyway, let's get back into it. Says, because apparently that's the priority when your partner is about to get cut open. I've had so many surgeries I've lost count, but this one, I think he's probably this motherfucker probably said that same shit about all of them. Oh no, where are you? I have a surgery. I need you. All the other ones were bad, but this one, this is the worst. This one had me shitting bricks. I'm in pre-ops, nerve shot to hell, and they're about to wheel me in. Surprise! It gets canceled because of some sores under my arm. Fine, whatever. I wasn't feeling it anyway. They reschedule me 3 weeks later. And I'm back in pre-op trying not to lose my goddamn mind. Then, as I'm leaving the room, the staff stops me because, get this, they can't find my fiance. I text her and she's hauling ass back, feeding me some bullshit because feeding me some bullshit excuse with a side of attitude. Her story, she specifically told me she's running to the liquor store and then back to the rental to clean up her disaster zone before the owners get back from vacation. Oh, what the actual? Let's get things straight. I would have never agreed to streamline this nonsense. Who in their right mind says, yeah, babe, go stock up on booze and play maid while while I'm getting my shoulder rebuilt? Yeah, babe. Oh, while I'm getting my shoulder rebuilt. And isn't it like hospital protocol to have someone stick around for updates? This person is mad. He's like sour that his girl wasn't there. My whole shoulder. Oh, I thought when your fiance's going under for major surgery, you keep calling this major. Your shoulder's getting repaired. It isn't open heart surgery. Shit. Anyways, this major surgery. You'd at least park your ass there, wait for the news, and be the first face to see when he wakes up. I don't know. I'm going to assume this person's never been married before and that they've been a Marine vet for a long time, but they ain't been married. Just saying. His real wife would have told him, baby, I'll get there when I do. I just got shit to finish. These kids, this and that. You know, you 58 at this point. Ain't nobody gonna be there when your ass wake up. Park your ass there and wait for the news. And be the first face they see when they wake up. I give a shit vibe that makes the pain meds hit different. But nope. I come to groggy as hell, and when I get up, an empty fucking chair, a gut punch of disappointment, and now she's doubling down, refusing to admit that she fucked up royally. She's clinging to the I told you crap like it's gospel, when I know damn well I ain't signing off on her prioritizing cleaning sinks over my surgery. It hit me deeply, and she won't even acknowledge that I've got the right to feel like shit about it. Instead, I'm supposed to nod along like her little housekeeping adventure was more important. I mean, it is sounding like, you are just repeating a lot of the same shit over and over and over again. We heard it, so let's see what the people got to say. It's impossible to tell from this post who's the asshole. The only thing that comes across here is you hate your fiance. Either communicate with her better or split up. This person makes a valid point. Honestly, you're blowing up over something stupid. Yes, you deserve empathy, but she literally is trying to do something productive during your surgery. I've waited during a surgery before, and honestly, it's a waste of time. The important part is then to be there when it's over. Okay, now somebody got to pick your ass up after the meds wear off. You right. Oh, boo fucking who? You got surgery. You got surgery doing shit you shouldn't have been doing in the first place. Why the hell are you dicking around in the mountains with all of those prior limitations? Zero sympathy for you, and I don't blame your fiance for not having any either. you know, this person does make a point too. Okay, I don't want to seem like the insensitive one, but this person makes a little bit of a point too. Yeah, your ass probably shouldn't have been dicking around in the mountains, playing on trees and shit, thinking you was a gorilla climbing. It says, you're so damn abrasive, it's no wonder she made up that BS excuse to not be around you for a while. Okay. Yeah, no, several people in here, from what we read, do make fairly decent points. And, well, with that being the case, the asshole in this situation, I don't think that you need to sit there and wait for this motherfucker during the surgery. I'm gonna be completely honest with you about that. I really don't think you need to sit and wait for him. I think that you just rambled on inside of inside of this little rant that you went on, and you, like the other person said, one, y'all need to communicate better, and two, you might have been the asshole in this situation. If she was gonna pick you up, she was gonna pick your ass up. If she wasn't, then I don't think you need to sit around. I do think somebody should have been there to get you. That's about as far as we gonna go with that. Now, this one's long. Let's see what they had to say. My now ex situationship. And I ruined her birthday. My ex situationship said I ruined her birthday. Let's hear what he did, or she did, or they did. Alright, this past December, I was planning on celebrating my situationship's birthday with her. I didn't know this was a fucking word. Situationship. Now look, I've been struggling to read some of these words as it is. Now, this isn't helping, okay? They're just making these up and throwing them in on me. It's definitely not helping. Now, gather my eyes. At the time, let's make this bigger for y'all and me. Okay. At the time, we had been seeing each other for around 4 months. There had been several red flags from her that I had ignored, but I tried to overlook certain things and constantly gave her the benefit of the doubt. For her birthday, we planned on going out to dinner and spending the evening together. The minute after I arrived at her place, she told me she was going to go out with her friends to the club. After we had gone to dinner, she was going to go out with her friends to the club after we had gone to dinner. She then asked me if I would rather stay at her house while she was out so we could spend time together before and after. Reluctantly, I agreed. This was the first thing that was putting really off-putting to me that night. Oh, okay. So you all had plans. You got to her house. She changed your plans. I'll be honest with you. It's her birthday. That's not a surprise. That shit happens all the fucking time. Okay. I gave her the gifts I had gotten for her, to which she didn't really react in any way. Shortly after, she decided to go out and smoke some weed, but before doing so, she placed her phone in the middle of the floor. When she came back into her house, she became immediately asking me why I moved her phone to the floor and why I had gone on her phone. Even though it was in the same exact spot she had left it. I calmly tried to explain that I hadn't gone through her phone, moved it. I hadn't gone through her phone or moved it. And that it was in fact her who had placed it there. But she insisted that I didn't. She then asked me to be the designated driver for her and her friends going to the club. Okay. Listen. Get y'all's popcorn ready. Because this is going to be a long night for this motherfucker, okay? See, he don't know what he's getting into here. All right. Now, first of all, when you got there and you did agree to stay and wait and be at the club, that was the setup. That was the setup right there. All right. To you being the driver. And second of all, okay, I know you did it because you wanted to feel like you was being a good guy, a good person. It's her birthday. But you should have waited to give her the gifts until later, right? Okay, because you didn't get a reaction, okay? When she came back in talking about her phone, that would have been the greatest opportunity to be like, fuck your phone, here's your gifts, right? I know you high, here's your gifts, right? She's like, oh, I'm high, thanks for the gifts, right? You might have got more of the reaction you was looking for, but, I can tell y'all before we even get further into this motherfucker gonna have a long night. He gonna have a long night. All right. So she asked me to be the designated driver. I agreed to. But then she told me she would want me to drive her car. I pointed out that I was not insured to drive anyone else's car and that I wouldn't want to risk driving in case anything were to happen. She became immediately hostile. Let's clarify something. She was already hostile when she thought you took her phone. She's just becoming double hostile because you're not doing what she asked. And began to tell me how much she hates me car and why I couldn't just do something nice for her. So how much she hates my car and why I couldn't do something nice for her. In the end, She told me that there was no point in me even driving her and that she would instead Uber. Uber done fuck shit up for a lot of people. It done made a lot of things good, but damn it, it's done fuck shit up for a lot of people now. Here you go, Uber, sticking your nose in some more shit. Now, this was when she told me she felt super high. All in the clouds. And that she had just canceled our dinner reservations. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I told you. I knew it. I said, this is going to be a long night. I wonder where they have reservations to, though. Okay. Now her high ass done canceled the dinner reservations. Uh-oh. After this, I completely shut down. Yeah, me too. I'd have left. I tried my best to seem upbeat and happy, but I was confused and caught off guard by everything that just is happening. Our plans have been completely changed. I told you. Listen. Okay, I don't know if you put your age up there before, but they do this shit. Bro, they do this shit. They do this shit. Okay? Your plans, right out the window. It happens. You always gotta have backups. Like, it happens. Okay? Completely changed. And while I am usually a very go with the flow person, I had thought we were going to be spending a lovely night together, and everything since I had arrived, it's been going off track. That's because you weren't in her plans to begin with. In your head, you had it planned. She said what she wanted you to hear, and she said, baby, this is my birthday. I bet you he'll be back. Okay? Let's get into the next paragraph. When we went to her room and started watching a movie, since this was what she wanted to do until she went to the club while the movie was going, we both ended up falling asleep. Of course, she was high already. I was abruptly woken up to her screaming in my face to wake up. I was completely startled and it made my mood even worse. This was when she then threw her phone into my hand and told me to pick what food I wanted to order. Whoa. Her screaming in my face. I was completely startled, and it made my down mood even worse. This was when she threw her phone into my hand and told me to pick a place I wanted to order. I was still half asleep, and I scrolled through the restaurant menu a few times. She made a comment such, I've never seen someone take so long to fucking decide on what to eat. To avoid conflict that I would have to avoid the conflict that would have occurred if I shared my feelings, I instead told her I wasn't very hungry yet. She then decided we'd order food later. No, this motherfucker was mad. He was hungry. He was starving because he had already had plans. But he was so mad at what was going on that he said, well, I'm not paying for this shit. That's not what I wanted to eat. That's what was going on in his head when she threw the phone. He was like, the fuck? I already knew what I wanted tonight. I don't want this shit. We eat this shit all the fucking time. That's what was going on in his head. I know. Trust me. So, she got ready for the club. Then She got ready for the club and told me she wanted us to pregame together. So we did some shots. Okay. This was when she asked me, would you mind if I brought someone home from the club for a threesome? Okay, now wait a minute now. This is when she says to me, would you mind if I brought someone home for a try? It would be an amazing for me to have my first threesome on my birthday. I'm a little thrown off by this one too. This is her first threesome? I don't think it was her first one. I just don't think it was. She trying to hide him at the house. I was thrown off and started nervously laughing, to which she got annoyed and told me stop laughing at her. Before leaving, she told me she'd be home around 10 p.m., which was 2 hours later. Motherfucker, what club is this? What type of club is you going to? You home at 10 p.m. It's the 17 and under club? It's gotta be the 17 and under club. Ain't this some bullshit? The fuck is going on here? Alright, we're gonna keep reading. Let me just find it again. Alright. Okay. After kissing her goodbye, I went and laid on her bed with her dog, watched a show, and cried myself to sleep. Motherfucker, you should have just left if you was gonna sit there and cry. If it weren't for the fact that I had done shots, I would have mostly likely drove home, because I felt as though it was the second option. I woke up and checked the clock to see 3 hours had passed, which had made me worried, as if she told me she was going to be home in 2 hours. Instead of panicking and trying to message/call her, I instead waited. Around 30 minutes later, at around 11:30, she stumbled through the door, very drunk. You know, she left taking shots, told you she wanted a threesome, was coming back. You cried going to sleep. She's fucked up. Okay? She then told me so many times about all the people that were hitting on her, how the Uber driver back had flirted and had asked her if she was single. It felt like she was trying to make me jealous, which was a reoccurring theme with her. She told me how hungry she was and how she wanted to order food. She put in her order on the phone, then told me that I would have to pay for it and that she would pay me back because she knows how broke I am. Yeah. The alcohol is talking. Blaming on the alcohol's talking right now. That girl, the alcohol's talking. Yo, she said, yeah, so I want a chicken wing plate with, the fried rice. Yeah. No, you paying for this. Hold on. Yeah, whatever he wants. You paying for that. Yeah. Don't worry, I'll pay you back because you broke. I ain't got it either, but you really ain't got it. So, it's fucked up. Oh boy, how broke I am. While I am currently not in the best financial situation, most college students in today's economy wouldn't have nearly as much money as someone like her who has a full-time job. I ended up telling her I would order the food on my phone and that she wouldn't have to pay me back because I was still going to treat her to dinner anyways, especially since it was her birthday. She became very impatient about how long the food was taking and decided to grab my phone from my hand and message the Uber driver, how long until the food's here, sexy? So, wait a minute. She done said everybody's flirting with her, but she throwing out these words. This made me incredibly uncomfortable as I would never ever say anything of the sort to someone, especially someone who was working. This comment made me even more uncomfortable due to the fact that I was going to have to go outside on my own in a sketchy area of town to get the food when it was delivered. And as a woman in the middle of even more, and as a woman, I was in an even more vulnerable situation. Men ended up not being able to find the gate to leave the food at, which resulted in me having to go to his car to collect the food. I'm going back because I have to reread this. Okay. No, the person, not that I know of, referenced at all if they were male or female. I know that this is about a woman, but in this last statement, from what I'm reading, I believe that this is female on female. Yeah. See, because this comment made me even more uncomfortable due to the fact that I was going to have to go outside in a sketchy area of town and was being delivered. And as a woman, I was, yeah, okay. Them not finding it. I took the food back in and woke her up as she had fallen asleep. Some of this starting to make more sense. The only words that were really muttered were to insult me in some way, questioning why I was eating mac and cheese with a spoon, which was due to the fact that she had no clean forks, saying that what I ordered was a very heavy meal, just consistent criticism of everything I was doing. After eating, she immediately fell back to sleep, and I decided to try to clean up her dishes that were cluttered all over her house. Then I went to bed. When we woke up the next morning, things were very awkward and there was a lot of tension in the air. Usually, when we say goodbye, we have hugged and kissed, but neither ended up happening. This was the last time I have seen her since December. I am currently writing this 2 months after the fact. We ended up speaking on the phone that night, and she told me I ruined her birthday. She said she should have been able to do whatever she wanted, that I should have been able to try and at least seem happy, even if I wasn't, because it was her special day. Am I the asshole? Whew. Okay, well, about that. Now, Ademic jellyfish. Are you the asshole? Let's just say that this was 2 months ago. These two had been seeing each other for 4 months. It seems to be that it was a female on female relationship. So, you're both a little more emotional. It also seems like it also seems okay. There is a line that respect is respect regardless, no matter what, and I think that it's better you all stopped now than to go further along, because it doesn't seem like that person respected you, period. especially where, there's a lot of belittling. And granted, sometimes people belittle in joking fashion, but I think that when she told you that she was ready to get her threesome on and you shot her down and laughed at it, it was over at that point. Okay? And not knowing it, but she was throwing them things back and knew that you was going to be back at the house when she got back. So, and was like, well, damn, I can't do what I want. And I ain't saying it's a good or a bad thing, is what it is, right? But I think that's where it went wrong there. Obviously, the part that got me was that you all really didn't get to enjoy your night in general. That night wasn't enjoyable. That night wasn't what you would think it was gonna be for a couple. You get me? A lot of that was like selfish. You're here, I'm going here, I'll catch you then, you'll catch me then, and we'll meet up. So it seems like y'all was sneaking around to begin with, because you only stayed in one place, which is hidden at the house. So if you was in that one place hidden at the house, I think it's best that this ended before it even really got started. Now, the classic "you ruined my birthday" card. Next time, just show up with a clown nose and a cake that says "Happy Birthday to me." That should do the trick. Hopefully, I won't ever be in the same situation, but if I am, I'll definitely consider doing this. Sounds like insufferable. You are better off without her, and when someone is consistently trying to make you jealous, she isn't trustworthy. That's a valid point. This seems like one of them situations where, to be honest with you, all situations you learn in, and seeing how as you are in college, as you somewhat put, well, I'm hoping you're in college and not just broke like a college student, like you put, you gonna learn. These are learning situations. You'll be all right though. You obviously didn't ruin her birthday. She should have just told you she wanted to spend it with her friends. I agree with you. Who were only dating for 4 months. You even referred to it as a situationship. I wouldn't have been It wouldn't have been a big deal if she just let you know what was going on. I never understood stupid people who do shit like this. Yeah, it's true. Because if she would have just been honest with you about wanting to spend time with the friends, then y'all wouldn't have gotten there, and that would have made that a lot easier and a lot better situation for you. Now, you're in here trying to figure out, let's see, who's the A? All right. Let's see. We'll get you one more real quick. Let's see. My mill gave my daughter a bunch of conservative themed books. Let's see. I'm using information against my mother in court that I know will destroy her mentally and emotionally. Let's check this out. All right. I finally have an update on my situation. Since I posted about 5 months ago, court was postponed twice by my mother for reasons I don't know. Then it was postponed. Okay, so they said that they posted 5 months ago. And just reading through the comments, they said that it's a fight for the kids. Before, I want to see if I can find that comment from 5 months ago. All right, so 6 hours ago. What is this? 1 month ago. 1 month ago. 1 month ago. I was so fiery, wasn't it? Well, all right, they seem to be talking about a case, referring to a case. All right, so there's a lot of CNN case about this with this person. We're gonna skip that. Let's just get into this. Maybe this is it. No. All right. Let's get back to it then. Sorry. I finally have an update on my situation since I posted here about 5 months ago. Court was postponed twice by my mother for reasons I don't know. Then it was postponed for a third time due to accusations that I was an unfit mother and my daughter had suicidal intentions. My mother asked the judge to appoint the guardian aid. My mother asked the judge to appoint a guardian aid, Litham to me. Sure. A guardian aid, Litham to make sure children were safe. Court was rescheduled for March. Coming up. The past 5 months, I have been doing nothing but researching my mother. I found out that she has a total of 19 active warrants, including 3 probation violations. I turned everything over to my lawyer in hope that something would work. 2 days after discovery was turned over to my mother's lawyer, my mother called to let me know she officially dropped the case. My children and I met with the guardian aid Litham. Then they told the judge they see no issues whatsoever. After over a year of fighting, it's finally over. It's been a tough battle. I'm so happy. Well, congratulations. But I think that this lady's trying to tell us that she just snitched on her mother, telling the court that your mom got 19 active warrants. Damn, mama's a J. 19 active warrants doing some shit. And 3 probationary periods. Look, I don't know what you guys have gone through. I'm not really going to comment too much on the family drama there. I thought it was about to get juicier, and I see that it's not. So, we're going to just skip that. Okay. Oh, wow. For cutting his daughter off and taking away the things I was doing for her after she had some type of relationship with the woman her father cheated with. It's messy. To live with my mom after she picked her boyfriend over me. I saw this the other day. I thought it was hilarious. It kind of gave me the idea to come out and do these. Now, this is the first one. That wasn't it then. For using to let my roommate's boyfriend use the shower. All right.